Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you all as what is an effective communication and what body language you must have when you are attending an interview. Okay, some of the common mistakes which you do while attending the interview will be addressed in this video. As you know, it's very important that you you communicate. Okay, you communicate well so that whatever you want to say about yourself to the interviewer, okay, that is reached. Remember, always the first impression in the interview that matters the most. Okay, because it establishes that credibility and the confidence. It shows how confident you are, and it will help to set a tone for the interview purpose. Okay, and also you will be standing out compared to the other candidates. It shows that how like you're quite different compared to the other candidates, and you have more caliber or you have more potential in order to get selected. Okay, and it helps you to build up an immediate rapport with the interviewer, and it also reflects on the professionalism. Okay, how you present yourself, so that matters the most. So how you enter, okay, how you greet your interviewer, that matters the most. So your first impression, remember, it matters the most. Now, what are the tips to make a great first impression in an interview? Okay, so particularly at your job interview I'm talking about, right? So arriving on time. On time here means, suppose the interview is scheduled for 9 o'clock, at least few minutes prior to their reach to that place. Okay, wherever the interview will be conducted, reach that place few minutes before that, because even there might be someone who is checking how, like, what is the time any candidates are coming. Okay, whether they can arrive on time or not, that is important, because that's how you show that in the future, once you're getting selected, whether you'll reach your job or your workplace on time or not, that is being evaluated there. Dress appropriately for the company culture. Just find out through your research what is the company culture and how they usually dress up. Okay, in India, usually formals, when it comes to formals, now these days, Western cultures, how they dress up in the company, that has been all that is also been allowed these days. So you can just decide which company you have applied for. Based on that, you can dress up. Please make sure you greet with a firm handshake and maintain eye contact. This is the most important thing everyone will look into. And in case you feel that the employer or the interviewer, whoever is sitting, they're not okay with the handshake, okay, you can just avoid it. But please try to see that you maintain a eye contact with your interviewer and smile and show enthusiasm for the role. Don't laugh in front of them. Okay, give a smile, which shows that, okay, you're interested to talk to them, and show that enthusiasm that you're interested for the role. Okay, and try to see that you listen carefully to whatever the interviewer is asking or whatever they are expecting you to talk. Okay, in case you didn't understand what the interviewer has asked you. Okay, you can ask them, pardon, can you repeat? Just ask in this way, and you respond confidently. Don't give any statement just like that, just because of one person is asking you a question, you just randomly give your answer. No, think over it and then you can respond. Okay, please try to see that you keep a good posture and avoid all the nervous habits like banging the desk, tapping your feet, or whatnot. Okay, there are different ways in which you try to show that you're nervous. Try to see that you're confident at that point of time and you maintain a good posture and avoid all these habits. Now, what are the elements for an effective communication? Make sure you have clarity in whatever you speak. Sometimes some will have communication as a barrier. make sure whatever you're trying to communicate, that is clear to the interviewer. Okay, adopt this active listening. The employer or the interviewer will be expecting you to listen more and speak less. Okay, so when you listen properly to them, that is a plus point for you. Next comes non-verbal communication. Maybe you're not speaking to them orally with words, but the way with the other gestures, how you're communicating, that matters. Your confidence, the most important one, which will either hire you or fire you from a job. Okay, and remember, the confidence you should carry throughout the interview. You might enter with a bit nervousness. I understand, whenever you're applying for a job, a bit nervousness will be there, but over the go, try to see that that confidence is maintained. Okay, have this EQ, emotional intelligence. Okay, the most important thing, you have different ways in which you have to maintain that. Be ready for a feedback. Okay, in case they ask you to give a feedback, or in case they are ready to give you a feedback, be ready for both. Okay, next one is about the tone and the voice modulation. You just go on talking with the same tone, no modulation in your voices. Modulation doesn't mean that you speak slowly once and sudden you raise your voice. No, the modulation, when you get in, right, that will help, or that will actually interest the interviewer. Okay, so try to see that the tone and the voice modulation is maintained, and please keep in mind the context which you're talking about, like that point of time what you're talking, and timing matters when you are answering. Okay, if the interviewer is just asking the question and in between you interrupt and you talk, it's not good. Wait for some time, and make sure whatever the response you're giving, it is as per the timing, like that's your timing. Understand that. Adopt open mindedness. That is because like sometimes if we have some interviewer which would like to ask you, they would be more free with you. Okay, if I have to speak of one just interview which I had given, that they were expecting me to call them with their names. Okay, but usually we are studying in such an environment where we call someone who is elder to us, we call them sir or ma'am. So because we are used to in that environment, suddenly in the interviewer, if the interviewer is asking you to call them with their names, like sometimes we'll be hesitant to speak like that. Okay, but you can show up that this is how you have been in the environment, but definitely you would be ready to adapt to the situation. Okay, so that's the next point as well. Make sure that you are adaptable to the situation. You show them that you are very adaptable. Whatever situation comes, you can easily fit into that. Okay, now the common body language mistakes which usually any candidate does, and these are the techniques also which you have to keep in mind. The very first thing is about a weak handshake. As I had mentioned, you should have a firm handshake. Okay, firm handshake doesn't mean that you pull the hand of the interviewer and just shake it hard as possible from your side. No, make sure you give a handshake to your interviewer which is firm. And at that point of time, when you're giving an handshake, try to keep an eye contact with them. Okay, crossing arms when you're answering a question shows that you're not interested. Okay, just try to avoid crossing arms in front of your interviewer. Okay, and try to maintain a good posture. So if you are maintaining a poor posture, you're not sitting properly, or you're not responding the way you're supposed to do. Like you might be very lazy person. Okay, you need not show that in the interview itself. Okay, just show that you're interested, and try to see that you're not involving in too much of some will be very much busy with like with their pen or whatever the object is there in front of you, fidget. Okay, you're just trying to play with it and all that. Please try to avoid all these things when you're sitting in an interview. Okay, this shows that you're too nervous because you don't want to face the interviewer and you're busy with other things around you. Okay, some might be playing with their hair, or just you might be doing some other things around. Okay, even you will be knowing that sometimes when you speak to your teachers or with your parents sometimes, okay, you're not interested to listen to them, and you try to avoid the conversation by involving in something else. Okay, try to see that you don't do these things when you're there in an interview. Lack of facial expressions, this is very important. You Okay, I agree that you must be having a good posture, or you should give a smile and all when you are attending the interview, but your facial expression matters. If you're showing that you're not interested just because someone has pushed you inside and you've come and sat there, or let's say you show that you're very nervous with your expressions, okay, this is a very big mistake which you're going to do. Okay, overuse of hand gestures if you're trying to explain something, like many of us, we have an habit of using hand gestures in order to explain anything. Try to limit it. Okay, and please keep your phone switched off or at least in silent mode when you're going for the interview. Don't keep on checking your phone or watch. Okay, that shows that that phone is more important or time is more important to you at that point of the interview, and you just want to get out of the interview. It shows like that. So try to see that your phones are switched off. Okay, if not, at least in the silent mode. Okay, and even your watches these days, since many of us we use smart watches, try to see that even that is not connected to your phone, and you don't get notifications every now and then which you keep on seeing. Okay, don't stand too close or too far away from the interviewer. Usually in any interview you'll be asked to sit, okay, in a specified place, but let's say that the space is not specified where you're supposed to sit. Try to see that you maintain a distance, but you shouldn't be too far or too close to the interviewer. Okay, if you're laughing and nodding your head excessively more than what it is needed, right, it shows that you're nervous sometimes, or sometimes it shows that uh, you will listen to everything whatever is said to you. Okay, so try to showcase yourself in such a way that, okay, you are interested in the job, but you are not going to do whatever the interviewer or the in the workplace they are expected to. You give a positive response or whatever is asked to you. Okay, so this is all about the common mistakes which you usually do when you are in the interview. Okay, try to see that you work on these things whenever you attend an interview. That's all in this video. Thank you.